Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it. Okay, let's stop.
Okay, I think we're in frame.
Hello, you what's his faces. Welcome back to another video. 𝓮𝓏 here, and today we're back, and I'm gonna re-explain the video I did the other day, and I'm also gonna be uploading another video today. And I am. So the reason why this is filmed the way it is, like on mobile, because well, not filmed but edited in mobile, so it's gonna look kind of off. So anyway, let's get into it. So the angle, the thing I was talking about with the thumb. So many people, one, they just didn't either understand it, it didn't work for them, or they just couldn't see. So first off, let me explain what happened. So essentially, when I was playing, I've discovered this a few times, but essentially, if you angle your thumb a different way, you can get better aim. And here are my few theories. One, it's almost like if you're using a mouse wrong. So I have a mouse like right here, right? If I was using the mouse incorrectly, then I'm probably not gonna have as good aim. So there were some people in the comments saying, yeah, of course, there's no trick to get better aim. In this case, I'm actually going to say it is, because not necessarily a trick. If you're not aiming properly, you're not gonna hit your target. Like, for example, if you ever thrown a ball or whatever, there's a proper way to throw a ball. If you're not throwing it properly, yeah, you can still hit your target, but it's not gonna be as good as it could have been. So it's not gonna work properly. So that's what I'm saying. This actually helps, and I would definitely say it makes it easier to aim. Now, I did a poll or whatever, and I think it was around like 60% of people, that's 60 or 50, I don't know, last time I checked, but said it works for them. Some people said like 40% or whatever, maybe 30 said it didn't, and then there was some that said kinda. So here's my theory on that. For the 60% of people that said it worked, especially this one guy said it really worked for him, and it was the same experience I felt. If it's working for you directly or whatever, like right when you do it instantly, that's how it worked for me. So that means, like, let's say you've been trying a whole bunch of things and your aim still isn't getting better. Once you try that, it instantly works. That's exactly what happened to me. So I'm like, okay, then it should work. No, I'm rambling, but if that happens to you, then that means, yeah, it's working properly, or that's what happened. That's what is happening. There shouldn't be, like, you shouldn't really have to practice with it. It just should instantly make your aim better. Basically, like, it sounds weird, but yeah, doing this one trick is going to make your aim better. Like, for example, if you're there's like certain things in games that you can do that instantly just fix your aim. So if you're doing something wrong, which in my opinion, if by having your finger right here, because I'm gonna put it in the camera, right, so you guys can see this, right? It's my finger when I play 4-finger claw used to be here on the side, and that gave me a lot of range and stuff, but it wasn't that accurate, and my voice is gonna trail off because I'm looking at the camera to make sure it's in frame. Then sometimes my hand is right here. I'm not right here, but when I switched to 6-finger, my hand was right here, which gave me way more accuracy in terms of like ARs and stuff, but it still wasn't there yet in terms of full accuracy. But when I took my hand and I took my middle finger, not my ring finger, put it on the actual device, then I took my thumb, put it pretty much, imagine the center of the device. I missed that because the way my hands are right now, because I'm just not really playing full 6. But by putting it in the middle, near middle, or just slightly off the middle, it gives me so much more control. Like, it makes it so much easier to flick. I can literally go over here, right, look at a wall, if someone comes, I can flick onto them. I also can kind of move like a PC player in terms of like how I can look at two different spaces or whatever. So if I'm looking here, I can go back and forth like that really fast, instead of doing it here, because I'm going and then it kind of slows down. Because whenever you just do this, well, I'm still doing it really good, but it kind of just still trails off after you stop, unless you're using speed acceleration and you actually stop it yourself. So this makes it easier to stop on targets like that. So that makes it easier to aim. Now another thing is, I feel like since you're right here, the angle at which you're trying to aim, if you're just aiming like this, you don't really have that much space. If you're aiming with your thumb like this, trying to turn corners, like, yeah, you can do it, but in terms of actual space, it's not going to be really working for you all that well. These freaking bots are so loud, so I'm going to have to turn the volume down in post. But as you guys can see, I'm really trying to be as clear and concise as I possibly can in this video. But if you're just used to doing it like this, 4-finger, which I used to do, it's, yeah, you can aim, but you're kind of out of space. Not necessarily out of space, but when you're on a phone, it's just not giving you as much control. Whereas right here, you have, I feel like, complete control. Like, I can go almost anywhere I want. So this made my aim instantly better, and one of the reasons on top of that, based on people who can and people who can't. The amount of practice and energy you put. So like as I said earlier, if you've been putting hours and stuff into aiming and stuff, and then you just try this, I feel like that is going to help a lot of people who have just putting hours and stuff into aiming. If your aim is still not necessarily bad, but it's not like you're consistently practicing, I don't know, you're wondering why your aim is not getting well or getting better, in that case, yeah, you're probably not going to see too much of a difference just because of how much you train or whatever. And then the third, for people that it kind of works for, I feel like they're somewhere in the middle where they train a decent amount or they play a decent amount, and it kind of works for them, kind of doesn't. Now, this doesn't have to be true. This is just a theory. For some people, it just may not work, but it does seem to work pretty well. Now, for people saying it hurts their hands, you shouldn't be applying too much pressure when doing this. Like, don't do it like a death grip. It should pretty much be, as you guys can see, you just holding your hand there, and it should be light. And even if it still hurts, I would say don't go ahead and pursue it. Now, one thing you can always do is stretches for your hands, because I mean, even tennis players, they get this whatever tennis elbow or whatever it is, and that anything you do repetitively, it's gonna can cause pain and can cause issues. So you just gotta make sure to stretch appropriately every hour or so. Take 5 minutes out to stretch. Now, a solution so you can have this aim while not hurting yourself is you can play flat. Like, literally just play flat. And I know it's a big change, but try it. See if your aim is better. And if your aim is better, yeah, you might have to learn some other stuff, but most people don't even play gyro in the first place. That's the only reason why I still hold my device, because I play gyro. So most people don't play gyro in the first place, but if your aim is flat, it's gonna definitely make it really easy to aim. So just play with your device flat. Of course, it is a mobile game. Some people might not want to play flat, but that's a good way to keep the crazy aim that it allows and still have, I don't know, still have it not hurt. So now we're gonna get into the tap of the thumb button. People were kept on saying, oh, Tygon, go into your settings and make sure right thumb button is fixed, right fire button is on. Yeah, I know about all those settings, guys. I make videos on them for these settings or whatever. People were mistaken thinking, oh, my button's moving. No, my button's not moving. I'm saying that if as you guys can see, this right here, where my finger is, you're not going to be able to see it really because it's going to be kind of faded out. But if I take my finger and I put it on that button, it can move while on the button. The button itself is not moving, but I'm able to access the actual screen in terms of being able to move. So it kind of messes me up. For example, imagine you were on a controller. Let me use a controller real quick. I got a controller here. Imagine you're on a controller, and when you hit the trigger button, if you slid your finger while moving the trigger button, it would also affect your aim. That'd be pretty bad. So if you're playing claw, most people might not realize it, but for this game, I'm not sure if it's in other mobile games, I don't really think it is, but if where this button is right here, I can move on it. So if my finger kind of dips or slips, it's going to move on it, and it's going to cause me to essentially mess up my aim ever so slightly. So even if it's minuscule, it's going to change your aim, and those minuscule things really do matter. Since I do this now, it's kind of taking my hand from being like kind of like this, where it's hitting the side, to where almost it directly taps the shoot button, and that has given my aim so much more consistency because it's just directly on it, and god dang it, it directly clicks it. And since it directly clicks it, then it makes it long story short, it makes it easier to aim and not have those little things where it goes off. Now, if you made it all the way here, guys, I'm gonna give you some more tips because I don't want to just make the same video again, and I want to keep the other video up because for some reason it did like insanely well. I didn't even put any tags on that junk. But yeah, so let's continue. So I guess my next thing I'm gonna tell you guys, the spin. Yeah, I don't think anyone talks about this. This is really for mobile players only. If you're a tablet player, that can actually, no, it could definitely work with tablet players, but this is the spin. So let's say you're moving, right, and you accidentally, you're like in a battle or whatever, maybe you're sniping, maybe you're using AR, it doesn't really matter, it works either way, but I mean, you can use it in either situation, but at least for the sniper, I feel like it's more, not necessarily valuable, but it comes up more. The spin is where you end up overextending your finger somehow, right? So your finger is overextended, it's not in the center that you normally like it to be. What you want to do is you want to slide and spin the opposite direction. So when you spin the opposite direction, you have more space to flick. So I don't know, let's say I'm trying to fight this bot, which freaking bots sometimes just laser me, it's annoying. So let's say I fight this bot and I end up getting my finger in a weird situation like right here. Instead of lifting my finger up and putting it back there, instead of lifting up and put it back there, I can go ahead, slide, turn around, and since I'm turning around, so I was here, my finger was in an awkward position, right? I slid, god dang it, turned around, well, the opposite way. I slid, turned around, and now my finger is in the proper position, and I'm able to hit the shot. That's a cool tip that I guess figured out. Other people probably figured it out, but basically you're just turning so you have more space and moving your body more, so your in-game body, so you can actually hit the shot. But yeah.